These videos were all filmed on a smartphone, just not with the same app. If you want cinematic footage without expensive camera gear, this video is gonna be for you. I'm breaking down the best filmmaking apps for iOS and Android that actually makes a huge difference compared to your default camera. And later on, we'll edit everything together in Movavi Video Editor. But let's start with Android, and first up we have the Blackmagic Camera app. And yes, just in case you're wondering, it's the same Blackmagic that also makes the cinema cameras. The app is completely free on Android and it gives you full control of your footage. I'm talking manual ISO, shutter speed, white balance, and focus all in one place. What really makes this app stand out is that you can shoot in log, preview with LUTs, and use proper pro tools like exposure indicators and also focus guides. So instead of your phone deciding on how your video should look, you make those choices yourself. Here's a short clip using Blackmagic Camera on Android. It looks pretty flat straight out of the app, and that's actually a good thing. Later in this video, we'll bring this clip into Movavi Video Editor, and you'll see how much flexibility that gives us in the editing. Next up is Filmic Pro. This app has been around for years and it's still a favorite for advanced mobile filmmakers. It's a paid app with in-app purchases, but in return you get deep control. You get log profiles, bitrate settings, advanced focus tools, and also hardware level camera settings that most other apps never touch. It's powerful, but it also assumes that you know what you're doing. Here's a clip shot with Filmic Pro on Android. Notice how the motion feels more controlled and the image looks more cinematic compared to the default camera app. Now, if you want something much simpler and totally free, this next one is perfect. It's called Open Camera. It's open source and surprisingly capable. You get manual control over ISO, shutter, focus, and also white balance without getting lost in manuals. It's not flashy and doesn't have log or LUT features, but it's still an amazing learning tool if you're new to manual shooting. Here's a clip shot using Open Camera. It's clean, straightforward, and already looks much better than the built-in camera app, even before editing. But now let's switch over to iOS. Most people assume that iPhone cameras are automatically better than Android, but that is not always true. First up is Kino, and honestly, it's one of the easiest way to get cinematic looking videos on iOS. Kino is a paid app, it's around $10 on the App Store, and it's iPhone only. But what you're paying here is really speed and simplicity. Kino automatically follows the 180-degree shutter rule, so your motion blur always looks smooth and natural without you having to think about shutter speed and frame rate. It also comes with built-in professional LUTs and it supports Apple Log, so you get that flat yet flexible image right out of camera. You can shoot in full manual, but honestly, the auto mode is already really damn good. That's why Kino works for beginners who want cinematic results without touching technical settings, and for pros who just want to shoot fast. Here's a short clip filmed with Kino. Straight out of the app, it already looks polished, but we'll still bring it into Movavi Video Editor later and push it even further. Next up is the Blackmagic Camera app for iPhone, and this is where iOS really flexes. Just like on Android, this app is completely free and gives you full control. You can shoot in Apple Log, you can choose more efficient codecs instead of being locked into ProRes, you have preview LUTs, you can de-squeeze anamorphic footage, and even pull focus. Apple themselves have used this app to shoot keynote footage, which actually says a lot. It's not the simplest app out there, but if you want maximum control over your image, this is by far one of the best options out there. Here's a clip shot using Blackmagic Camera on iPhone. Next up is Final Cut Camera. This is Apple's Pro Video Camera app. It's also free, and if you've used the native camera app, it feels very familiar. You get manual exposure controls, you get focus peaking, white balance adjustments, and a clean yet very simple interface. One of the coolest features is multicam. You can connect multiple iPhones to an iPad and record from all of them at once. Even if you don't use that, the app works great on its own. And if you want something more powerful than the default camera, but not as intense as the Blackmagic app, this is actually a great middle ground. Here's a short clip shot with Final Cut Camera. Clean, controlled, and already a solid upgrade over the built-in camera. Now we're inside Movavi Video Editor, and to keep things simple and save time, we're going to fully edit just two clips, one from Android and also one from iOS. First, I import the clips into Movavi and drop them onto the timeline. The first step is always trimming, keeping only the best parts and removing all of the fluff. Next, we move into color correction. I start with an auto adjustment to balance things out, and then I make a few small tweaks to contrast, exposure, and warmth so the clips match better. You can immediately see how much detail we can pull out there, especially from the log footage. After that, I add a subtle LUT to unify the look, drop in some background music, and balance the audio levels. And just like that, we've turned simple phone footage into something that looks way more cool. Here's the final edited version of the Android clips. And here's the final edited version of the iOS clips. Different apps give you different starting points, but editing is what really brings everything together. Before we wrap up, I have linked all of the apps mentioned in this video below in the video description. If any of them caught your attention, go check them out and try them out for yourself. And if you want to try out Movavi Video Editor, hit the link below and use the code VLOG20 for 20% of the annual plan. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped, make sure you like it and subscribe to not miss any of the future videos around filming and editing. I'll see you in the next one.